Good morning, good morning. It's cold, it's wet, it's stupid, but it is Cool Tool Tuesday. I didn't even know you were here, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Shane had to tell me, he's like, what, no Cool Tool Tuesday? So what are we talking about? Of course, but just not here yet. He's like, he's parked right outside. I was like, well, shit.
Parked, sent an email.
Did you really?
Yeah, so where's Justin at?
I was in there messing around with this Duramax. It's kind of killing me, to be honest. All right, what we got going on for the special? Ooh, look at this fancy thing.
Yeah,
that's at least a $1,500 damn car, I tell you.
Buy that tool cart today, $40.
40 bucks, that's a steal. A steal.
All the promos that I have, I broke some stuff apart.
Oh,
so
this looks good.
Those are new. I don't know if you saw those.
Oh yeah, we checked those out not too long ago. The pinless universal socket extension set. I like these wobbles though. But that comes in the kit too, but they got the longer ones.
No, those are leftovers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, those are Cornwall leftovers.
Ah.
So that kit has this, plus Torx, inverted Torx.
I do like the fact there's just a little set here. That's kind of nice. All right, so not a whole bunch going on for today. Kind of cold, a little bit slow. Times are a little bit tougher now. I know I'm missing out on a little bit of work, but we do have April's Pro Tech catalog, which we'll get into here a little bit later on this evening. We're back in the Gearwrench. Question for the day for Jeff was, what made you get out of mechanic work and step into the tool distribution world?
So the biggest thing is probably I started with my father back in 1993. Worked my way up from mopping floors and being a parts getter to take these tires off, rotate them, do this oil change, and then it just steadily progressed into being a full-blown mechanic. Wanted to attend college, was looking at doing something on the environmental studies side, and then that just didn't pan out. I didn't like where it was going. Decided I wanted to be a mechanic. So spent 7 years with my father. Then I said, okay, it's time to buy a house, move out here to the desert, purchased a house, went to work for a independent, did that for about 6 months, and it was quite a bit different than the way my father ran his shop. So I thought I wanted some stability. I started with dealerships. Dealerships, a lot of people badmouth them. I don't think that a dealership is a bad idea. I mean, they are guys that if you get good guys, they're trained, they do the job right. There's great mom and pops too, but it's like everything else, weeding through it. So at the dealership, started off just as a mechanic, worked my way up to a lead mechanic, then worked my way up to where I was a team leader in charge of 3 other guys. And then the progression was the shop foreman, different dealership, but same mentality. And then from there, the only thing that I could really do to progress was I wanted to be the service manager. I had my ASE A1 through A8. I had my Acura Master status, and I only needed 10 more modules to become a Honda Master Tech. So there wasn't a lot of growth left. It was, here's a lot of the headache jobs. Yeah, we know you're gonna get paid. Here's a small incentive. And I wanted to keep progressing. I wanted to show that I could do more, not just repair the vehicles. So that opportunity just didn't come. And after a year, 2 years, 3 years of it not coming, frustration built up, and it was time to move on and find something else that would re-motivate me, get me back to going, okay, this is fun, it's difficult, but what can I do with it? So I did a bicycle shop for about 10 months and found out, it's fun. You don't make any money at it though. So the tool business came up and I thought, well, I think I would be pretty good at it. Not perfect, I'm not a salesman, but I do know most of the tools. So if I go in and I ask questions to guys that are working on stuff other than Honda Acuras, I can get info from them and then use that to see other guys
Pick up tools that they needed or wanted.
Yeah. Body shop, I know nothing about body shop, I mean, still, other than what guys have told me, but I'll go in and I'll ask questions, or I'll take something that I think is cool in and then say, hey, what do you think of this? Use this for a couple of days, let me know, is this something that's good, but it's gonna be temperamental in 6 months because it's not built good quality. So that keeps me motivated, and now at this point it's like, okay, this is successful, this has been paid for, so the next progression is to really, the opportunity comes to do another truck. That would be the next thing that I would want to do.
Kind of get a little bit of a fleet kind of going.
Yeah, it's something that I don't know, I always look at it, if there's not a little bit of misery in life, then it's hard for us to stay motivated.
Right.
Like, we have to have something that's going to say, hey, things aren't peachy, whether it be at home, whether it be at work, what it is to motivate us to do something better.
Plus, not only that, it's another piece of investment to what it is that your business already is. Might even free up some time for you to do a little bit more family time, or at least cut your route a little bit easier, because I know that some stops, it can be hard to hit every single place all in the one day, and then you got to be in the next town over, so
yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
you miss a couple.
Yeah, that's one thing with this particular route, and now being an independent dealer, I can go anywhere that I want, but I have a good customer base. I have a loyal customer base too. So to go and tell 30 guys like, hey man, I'm not coming anymore, good luck finding the next guy, it would bother me. Like, I couldn't do that. I have another guy that's getting out of the business and keeps telling me, you need to come in my area, you can go wherever you want, you can cherry pick, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, that's true, but he says, I want somebody that's going to take care of my customers. And I said, yeah, okay, so what do? Well, you can dump those customers. So, okay, well, my mentality is the same as yours, so I don't want to just dump customers. That's not the way to do it.
How was the rate of pay when you were younger? Not when your dad's shop, but the independent shop, you were there for just the 6 months before you ended up moving forward and eventually ending up over at Honda. Was that shop more flat rate driven, or was it hourly? And then when you went to Honda, was that an hourly plus commission like the hybrid system most dealerships up here have? Or was it pretty much just a salary position since you were a foreman towards the end?
Yeah, so my father was hourly and it moved up, and he paid me like a mechanic, but it was like, that was an hourly job. Going there to the independent paid me $20 an hour flat rate. Back then, that wasn't bad. We're talking 2004. So it's good money.
Right.
But it was working on every type of car, as you know.
Right.
So flagging 60 hours in a week when you're working on 20 different types of vehicles, it's not realistic unless there's nothing but gravy rolling in the shop. We know how that goes. So going from there to the dealerships, it was a cut in flat rate pay to 16, but now I'm working on the same type of vehicle. And again, in my mindset, it was like, okay, now I can get training. So within the first year, I went to school 2 times, 5 days apiece. They paid for it. So there was no reason that you wouldn't want to go to school and learn as much as you possibly can, because this knowledge is never going to go away, you know? So that's what I liked too with the dealerships, was the one that I was at, they said, hey, we'll send you to training. So I would go to training 3 or 4 times a year. You know, that's one thing that with the dealerships, I really liked the particular owners that had it. And it went 16, and then it went 1750, and then I was actually going to move from Honda, I was at Acura at the time, moved from there and come up here to Phelps Nissan. And they were like, we'll pay you 24. And I was like, right. And then I started looking into it, and I'm like, Honda offered me 1950, and it was, I pushed my toolbox across the parking lot to them. Right. So, I mean, I really like Honda and Acura still to this day. The cars, I would say they're easy to work on, but they're user-friendly, and all of the information is available from Honda. That's what I really like, is that Honda's very good about providing information.
Right.
So, and
this giving you access for software updates if needed.
Yeah. So from there, it was like I moved up to, as a shop foreman, it was $25.50 an hour with a 50-cent incentive for every hour flagged in the shop, which was about $450 to $500.
Follow-up question before we wrap it up, because I know you got to head on back to the Casa. I got to finish up my workday, but being Honda as long as you were, your POVs, the cars that you have at the house, pretty much stuck to Honda after that because you already knew your way around it, or what?
At one point, we owned a Honda generator. Actually, we owned 2 Honda generators, a Honda 4-stroke dirt bike, a Honda Element, and a Honda Civic.
Loves his Honda.
at this point, that has all went away. That we own a Ford pickup truck. We have a Honda Accord still. And the dirt bike is an Italian Beta. So,
well, you still got to save that gas with the Honda, right?
That's it.
All right, Jeff. Well, thanks very much, man.
No problem.
I appreciate it, guys.
See you guys later. Have a
Smash
great
the
one.
thumbs up for Jeff, for him coming on, sharing a little bit of his life story and background with us. I'd appreciate it. I know he'd appreciate it because he's watching. All right, we'll see you guys back at the house. All right, so we got a chance to get to know Jeff a little bit better, why he transitioned from the mechanic world over to tool distribution, some of the ins and outs when it came to his pay scale and how things used to be versus how they are now. If you guys don't already know, I've talked about it in the past, but I'm more on a hybrid system where it's hourly plus commission. Times are a little bit different then. Overall, I think he's really happy with what it is that he's doing. And why shouldn't he be? He gets to look at tools all the time. He gets to go to all the latest and greatest upcoming tool conferences where he gets to see all the new products that are coming out. He shares his thoughts and opinions. He usually gets first dibs on all those new products that we get a chance to see on his truck. And we even get a chance to take a look at the ProTech catalog. But in order to keep this video short, I'm going to go ahead and do a separate video on the ProTech catalog, so that way you guys can go ahead and check that out later if you want. That's all I got for this video. Thanks as always for watching. Again, smash the thumbs up button for Jeff for jumping on and sharing a little piece of his background and story. That's all I got for this video. See you guys next time. Cheers and deuces.